Hi, it's Matt Wiggins with Pattern, and today I'm excited to be bringing you this original content in partnership with Physician on Fire. And Physician on Fire is one of the best websites in the world when it comes to physicians and their finances and helping to educate you, give you lots of good content, and even really help you reach your financial goals in the future. So when you get a chance, check out the rest of the site. Disability insurance is complicated. And sometimes for busy doctors, they don't have the time or the ability to do the research, to know what they need to know. And so that's why Pattern exists. We actually are here and we've been trusted by over 6,000 doctors to educate them and help them with disability insurance. So with all of that experience today, I'm going to bring to you the top 5 mistakes doctors typically make when looking at disability insurance. Number one of the things that I hear from doctors all the time is, well, really, maybe I don't need this. I make enough income, I'll save up enough, I'll pay off my debt quickly. And if I became disabled, I have some coverage from my group, maybe the government will help me, I don't know, family will help me. And overall, sometimes doctors don't even believe that they could get disabled. It just doesn't happen very often. But hopefully some of these points show you that, there's been studies that have done that show anywhere from 20 to 30% of doctors are going to be disabled during the course of their career. Doctors have a higher chance of being disabled than most other white-collar professions. And since your income, your job is your most important asset, and absolutely over even a house and a car and other things like that, financially, it makes a lot of sense to obviously protect your income. So keep that stuff in mind. It really is one of the higher likelihoods of something happening that you need to insure. And because of the financial value of your income, you really should make sure that you insure it. So don't make that mistake thinking you don't need it. The next thing is believing all disability insurance is the same, and it really is not. Probably one of the most important things we do when we're educating doctors on DI is just to say, hey, there are many, many options you can choose from. There's an even smaller subsegment of them that have some wording in their contracts that sound right, but ultimately you only have a very small handful, 6 at this time, that provide what's called true own occupation disability insurance. And that's the kind that if you're a doctor and you have a specialty or a subspecialty, that's what's getting protected. And if you get disabled and can't do your specific duties or procedures, that small group of 6, they'll actually pay you the full benefit in spite of whether you're able to go on and work in another job or not. If you get the wrong kind of coverage, then they may quit paying you or at least reduce your benefit payments if you're able to do any job out there after a disability. So you want to make sure that you get the right kind of disability insurance. It's not all the same. The next mistake is thinking that employer coverage is enough. And this is one of the biggest problems we've run into through the years. Doctors will secure their own coverage, which is excellent coverage, it's protecting their income. And then they find out that there's an employer giving them some coverage, and then they want to cancel it. And so we've had to go through this a lot of times with doctors to say, employer coverage is almost never sufficient on its own. A couple of thoughts on that. Number one, it's not going to be own occupation coverage. And from a lot of experience, we've looked at a lot of benefits at a lot of hospitals and physician employers across the country. And I think there's 2 that we've ever come across that had own occupation coverage for their doctors. So when I say that, it's with 99.9% certainty that your policy from your employer is not own occupation. Second thing is it's taxable. And doctors all the time say, well, 60% of my policy, of my income is covered by my policy at work. What they don't realize is you're going to lose 1/3 of that to taxes before you ever even see it. So it's less benefit than you're thinking. It's not even the right kind of benefit. And ultimately, it's not portable from job to job. And so if this is all you have and you change jobs and your health has changed, you may not be able to get any more coverage on your own. So just know that it's almost never enough, and you want to make sure you have your own coverage supplementing it. The next one is assuming that insurance company agents and independent brokers are the same. Now, this may be a little bit of insurance speak and kind of unfamiliar to you, but basically, if you're working with someone who, when they pull out their business card, if they have one, it has the name of an insurance company on it, you can pretty much bet that they're not unbiased. And so as they give you information, as they're trying to help you think this through and the different features, they might just make a lot out of the features that are good for their company's policy, give you kind of a biased twist or slant on those things. So one of the most important things you can do when you're looking for disability insurance is find an independent advisor, an independent broker, consultant, whatever you want to call them, but someone who genuinely doesn't care who you use, what insurance company you use. They're just there to help you make the right decision. And so there is a big difference between using someone who's kind of captive or biased towards one company and someone who's unbiased and will help you look at all of your options in that unbiased manner. And finally, our fifth, biggest mistake we see is feeling like waiting isn't a big deal. A lot of doctors think, well, I'll just wait until my debt's gone, or I'll wait until maybe I have some more savings, or who knows what we're waiting for, right? But the longer you wait, the more problems could crop up. Number one, there are discounts while you're in training that are not available to you after you're out of training. And so absolutely waiting on that, you could lose some discount opportunities. And really those discounts, we've done some studies, it could actually end up saving you about $80,000 in premium over the course of your career. So it's a big mistake to wait and miss out on those. Obviously, policies change their features, they change their prices. A lot of the time it's not towards your benefit. And so you could find that you had great options earlier and then later on they might not be quite as good. And finally, obviously your health. I mean, nothing's guaranteed in life with our health. And so we've seen doctors who chose to wait 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever, and something happened with their health, whether it was an injury or an illness, it ends up being where either their rates are a lot more expensive or they could be uninsurable, which means you can't even get the coverage to protect your income. So I would say that waiting is one of the biggest mistakes because there's so much at risk if you do wait. So keep all that in mind. Now, the best way to get disability insurance is to basically request your quotes from an independent consultant or advisor, compare the options side by side, and then believe it or not, you can apply risk-free, and it takes about a month to get your policy back, but then when you get your offer, you can make a final decision. So really being able to compare these side by side in an unbiased manner is the way to go. Just for example, the way that we do it with our clients, the doctors who come to us, this is the kind of report we would show you. It has the 6 options side by side, all the pertinent information, including the rates you need. So be sure that if you're not already working with someone or you'd like to at least look into your options, you'd like some help from an independent consultant on your disability insurance, be sure to click on the ad next to this video or simply go to www.patternlife.com/DI. Thanks a lot.